भेद से भी मैं भिन्न निराला हूँ। मैं हूँ अखंड चैतन्य पिंड, निज रस में रमने वाला हूँ। मैं ही मेरा करता धर्ता, मुझ में पर का कुछ काम नहीं। मैं मुझ में रहने वाला हूँ, पर में मेरा विश्राम नहीं। मैं शुद्ध बुद्ध अविरुद्ध एक, पर परिणति से अप्रभावी हूँ। आत्मानुभूति से प्राप्त तत्व में ज्ञानानंद स्वभावी। One more thing that I learned from him 30 years back, like to share. It is their sankalp, the pledge. सम्यक दर्शन प्राप्त करेंगे, सप्त भयों से नहीं डरेंगे। जीव अजीव सप्त तत्व का ज्ञान करेंगे, जीव अजीव पहचान करेंगे। निज आनंद का पान करेंगे, स्व पर भेद विज्ञान करेंगे। पंच प्रभु का ध्यान धरेंगे, गुरुजन का सम्मान करेंगे। जिन वाणी का श्रवण करेंगे, पठन करेंगे, मनन करेंगे। रात्रि भोजन नहीं करेंगे, बिना छना जल काम न लेंगे। निज स्वभाव को प्राप्त करेंगे, निज स्वभाव को प्राप्त करेंगे, निजानंद का पान करेंगे, निज स्वभाव को प्राप्त करेंगे। राग द्वेष का त्याग करेंगे, भक्त नहीं भगवान बनेंगे। दिस इज अवर संकल्प. Okay. Please do 9 times Namokar mantra. Yes, dear friends, how are you all? Any doubts related to last class? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So we'll do the 3 pages of Mokshamarg Prakashak, and then we'll take up Tattvartha Sutra today. So anybody, I told you people that you have to do the balance 3 pages. So anybody is prepared? Hello? Anybody is prepared?
Ma'am, we spoke about the contradictions last time, and I think even the misconceptions.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is done.
Yeah. So do you want us
You
to?
have covered it. Okay.
Yes.
Chalo, I will cover it in my way then. Please take page number, what to say, 300. I think there I had left. Okay, in Hindi book. English book, you'll have to see 4-5 pages before the last page of the 8th chapter. So people talk of many kinds of practices, and they feel that these practices will lead to liberation. But when these practices cannot get you an MBBS degree or engineering degree, how can these practices get you moksha? But these practices happen on the way of moksha, but they are not a part of moksha. Like for example, wearing white robes, staying in the hostel, will get you an MBBS degree. But actually, it is only through the studies that you get an MBBS degree, not by staying in the hostel or by wearing the uniform or not. But when you take admission in an MBBS college or any college or school, you have to follow the code of conduct. Right? So it is a discipline that happens externally, is called, is all covered under Charnanuyug. So in Charnanuyug, they'll be discussing lot of practices, all kinds of practices. Samvar related exercises, Nirjara related exercises, Charitra related exercises, all will come under Charnanuyug. So here Panditji is telling that medicines heal. Okay. Now you should understand the concept of medicine. There are two words. If you want, you can write down. Aushadhi and Dawai. Aushadhi and Dawai. So there was one person who wanted to study medicine. He went to a teacher and the teacher was teaching about all the herbs and the medicinal value of all the plants and all that. So he studied for many years. And then he asked the Guruji one day, when will my studies be completed? When will I graduate? So the teacher told him, go around the earth and find out one plant which does not have any medicinal property. So he went round and he found that there is no plant which does not have any medicinal property. He found out. That day the teacher told him, your study, you have graduated. Now your studies are over. Now that you have discovered for yourself that every plant has a medicinal value, you will heal people through the Aushadha value in the plants. Likewise, there are healing properties in water, in fire, in air, in plants, in Akash, all the 5 elements. Your body is made of these 5 elements, so there are healing properties. Provided you you maintain your body in accordance with the 5 elements, you can even reach spirituality. For example, above the neck, it's all Akash. It's all Akash. So keep this part empty. There should be no Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Dosha in this part. So this will live for 100 years. You understand? And that Akash has been interpolated by the water element, the Kapha element. The Kapha element, water element has been interpolated by the fire element. The fire element has been interpolated, air element, Akash, then air. So Akash has been occupied by the air. The air has been occupied by the fire. The fire and all the above are occupied by water. And earth has penetrated into all the 5 elements in our body. So there's an imbalance of all the 5 elements. So you understand the Aushadha value is reduced of the 5 elements in our body. You understand what I'm trying to say? Right? So we are not able to go to the higher levels of spirituality today. We don't understand the Atma. We don't understand how to maintain the body. We don't understand how to maintain our relations. We don't understand how to maintain the environment. We don't know our relation with God. We don't know our relation with ourselves. So moksha is not possible. But the path of moksha will be there till the end of the 5th ara. So what I'm trying to say is that medicinal properties in the plants heal. But certain medicines, see, Aushadha, I told you, is the medicinal value. But what is Dawai? Dawai is the thing that is man-made in the factories, which will only curb the symptoms. They won't heal. The body, when it is imbalanced, it will send some symptoms. And what this Dawai will do, steroids and all these medicines, they will only suppress the symptoms. They'll tell them sleep. They'll put them to sleep. They'll say don't respond. So we feel good. Okay, thodi der ke liye aaram mil gaya. But aaram nahi mila hai. Now that poison has gone in, it's poison. It's basically chemicals. They may say it is alcohol based, plant based, this, that, everything. So they are meddling with nature. Nature is given you in its pristine, pure form. That you don't take and you trust man more than the nature. So here what Panditji is telling is that Aushad is good, but certain Aushad is good for certain people. When you're having a fever, then a particular kind of food should be taken. When you're having a cold kind of a thing, another type of food should be taken. Everything should not be taken by everybody every time. In the same way, some practices are good for somebody, some other practices are good for somebody. That doesn't mean that everybody has to take to all the practices all the time. You get me, dear children? Okay, chal. In the same way, to get rid of papa, you do pratikraman. But 24/7 you keep doing pratikraman means what? 20 Subhay Sham pratikraman, pratikraman, pratikraman. So in Samaysar we will read that such pratikraman is wish. We should do pratikraman. What is the meaning of the word pratikraman? Note down if you want. Kraman means to go. Pratikraman means to come. Akraman means attacking. So pratikraman means to come unto oneself. But every day you keep telling, sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't come to myself. I'm sorry, I didn't come to myself. I'm sorry. There is no meaning of your sorry. If you really feel sorry, then come unto yourself. Why are you going out of yourself? So when you come unto yourself and meditate on the self and absorb in the self, that is only real pratikram. You understand? That is only real pratikraman. Otherwise, it's only a drama of pratikraman. And that drama of pratikraman is poison. You feel you have done pratikraman and dharam has happened. You're away from dharam. So all this, what I've told just now, is based on Niyam Sar. Go and read Parama Pratikraman Adhikar of Niyam Sar. Go and read that book. Leave all the work and read that book first. You will know what is the meaning of Samaik, what is the meaning of Samadhi, what is the real meaning of Samaik, Pratikraman, Bhakti, Avashyak, Shadavashyak, everything from the spiritual point of view. Niyam se moksha hoga. If you follow the contents of Niyam Sar, because in the third paper we are going to do Ashtapad. I'm just giving you a prelude for the third paper. Okay. In the same way, yeah. Like that, you have to read this chapter, dear. Then he says in Jainism, everything you have to understand from the concept of Syad, relatively. So this is Pratikraman relatively, this is not Pratikraman relative. Doing the Pratikraman ki Kriya is Shubh Kriya. It helps you to come out of the Ashubh Kriya. But you get stuck up with it, then it is not Pratikraman. You have to go beyond. Like that, you have to keep applying relatively. So relatively, this is Samaik, relatively, this is not Samaik. Relatively, this is Moksha Marga, relatively, this is not Moksha Marga. With the Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, all Kriya is Moksha Marga ki Kriya. Without Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, no Kriya is Moksha Marga ki Kriya. Like that, we have to understand. Okay. Then he says, a businessman is doing business. So he knows how to calculate the profit and loss. He will know that he is doing this business, profit is happening or not. In the same way, when you take to any Charnanuyog practice, you should know whether you are doing it in the right way or not. Otherwise, you are not a good businessman. You are not a good practitioner. You are not up to the mark. Okay, you are not worthy of going higher. Okay, so then he says in Karnanuyog, there may be some difference in calculations. In Prathamanuyog, there may be some difference in the terminology. In one text, they'll say Dwarka, Neminath was born in Dwarka, Dwaravati. In another, they say he was born in Sauripur. So what does it matter? He was born in a city. That is important. Some teachers, some acharyas remembered that name, some remembered that name. So what does it matter? So don't consider that Jain Agam are telling you false things. Okay. So whatever differences we get in the text is because of the Kala dosha, because everything has not come down in memory to us. So there are discrepancies in the narratives. So don't conclude based on these discrepancies. Okay. So now whenever you have a doubt, listen to me very carefully. Science tells us that the earth is like a globe. Jainism tells that the earth is like a plate, valayakar, like a bangle. Okay. Now we may find discrepancies. You see the rotation and revolution, the earth going around the sun and all the planets going around something else, all galaxies, all these things. This is the measurement science gives us. Measurement means these are the details. Whereas when you take the Jain cosmology, Tilloya Pannati, Jambudvi Pragyapti, Surya Pragyapti, Chandra Pragyapti, and all these texts, you find a different kind of description. So you may wonder which is right. Science is right or Jainism is right. So there are youngsters, who newly study Jainism. They will find these differences and they'll say that Jain don't know what they're talking. You understand? And they will conclude. So what, even we people have these doubts. So how do we reconcile is that Kevli Bhagwan ke Gyan mein, in the Gyan of Keval Gyan, Kevli Bhagwan, what is seen is right. That has not come down to us fully. And science never tells you the final truth. Science is a continuous process of research and discoveries. And yesterday they were telling 9 planets. Today they will tell 8 planets. So they will keep researching and they'll keep finding new things. So they are also not telling you the conclusion. And what has been conclusively seen in Keval Gyan has not come down to us fully. So let us doubt these two theories, Jain theory and science theory, but don't doubt what is there in Keval. Is it clear? केवली भगवान के जो ज्ञान में है तमेव सच्चम निसंकम जम जिनेहिम पवेयम. What the Kevli Bhagwan has told, I have no doubt in it. That is Satcham, Satcham, Satcham. Other things I can doubt. Like that you have to understand. Okay. And then what he says is, so in Jainism, Jain philosophy, in different places, they would have told different things. You have to interpret it from the 4 Anuyog point of view, Praman and Naya point of view, Ratnatraya point of view, Syadvad point of view. Only then you will get the right thing. Otherwise, it will lead to Ragadvesh. So 303, one important line is given. Jinmat mein Rag mitane ka prayojan. There's only one prayojan, that you get rid of raga, dvesha, you understand the vitarag bhav. But in other philosophies and other religious traditions, what they'll do, their only prayojan is, like for example, they tell you worship Krishna or you worship Rama. Surrender to him. So wahan par prayojan kya hai? Ki aap Paramatma se rag karo. And the same text, Bhagavad Gita and all, they praise vitaragata. They praise samatvam yogam uchyate. And Krishna says, a person who is vitaragi is dear to me. Such a shishya is dear to me. And on the other hand, they are promoting rag of Rama, Krishna, or Jesus, or whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? Am I loud and clear? Huh?
Yes,
So,
Yes,
in Jainism, there is only one prayojan, rag, dvesh, mitana. And you have to understand that prayojan by applying the different apekshas. Apeksha means syadva. Okay. Then in the conclusion part, they say that any anuyog you read, there is no rule that you should read this or that first. Any anuyog can be can be read at any time, but according to your parinam. What will help you to stabilize your parinam? Parinam means your bhav. Only that kind of agam you should take it up. Okay. I told you about this ledger posting, no? There are so many entries you do in a business, transactions you do, but you should know where to put the entries. Likewise, you read so many things in Anuyogas. You should know this is from this Anuyog point of view, this is from this Anuyog point of view. Only then you will get Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra and your Kalyan will happen. Kalyanam astu. Okay, so with this we end the Moksha Prakasha chapter 8. So 6 and 8 have been completed, and now you have to finish your journal writing within 15 days from today, 25th to 15. So by 10th of April, you have to post your ledger journal entries with the Mythbusters. Go through these chapters, go through the recording, write 2 points, and you will be done. And otherwise, you will lose 2 marks. And I want you all to, at least some of you should be toppers. Top 3 में आप लोग आना. संडे बैच का नाम होना चाहिए एनुअल इवेंट पर. अपना जो 6 मंथली इवेंट होता है उसमें कोई तो टॉपर आना चाहिए. वहां पे 1, 2, 3 आएंगे ना. ओके चलो. नाउ ऑल ऑफ यू टेक दिस.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We'll try our best.
I have 2 books with me. You must have got these 2 books. And I have translated this book in English and Tamil. And it is on the editing table and it will go to the press very soon. So which book have you people got? This one or this one? Or have you
Your
got
book, the book which you have edited. Aapki book.
I have both the books.
That Tatwar Sutra Rekha Chitra.
Acha, acha. So I have to teach from this book. But I would request you, in the Friday batch, they told us that this book was out of print. So, but you should compulsorily try to get this book. Go and fill up the book's ordering form again and order this book and get it.
What's the title, ma'am?
Tatwartha Mani Pradeep. Compulsorily, you should all get this book. Hindi speaking people should get this book.
It's available on PDF to download, ma'am. I have done that.
Okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
So, this is a great, great, great book.
Yeah.
And this, of course, is a good book. I will try to give you the PDF of this book, English book.
Okay.
Okay. I will try to give you the PDF of this book.
Yes, that would be helpful now.
Huh?
Yeah, that would be very helpful.
I'll try to give it. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll come. Just give me a minute. I need to change my place. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Am I audible? This is
Yes.
better?
Yeah.
Okay. So all of you take the Tatwartha Sutra, Rekha Chitra, and please try to get the Tamil translation of this book also from me. Not from me. Guna madam is there.
Yes,
Guna
ma'am.
madam is there.
Yes,
Guna
ma'am.
madam will share chapter by chapter
Yes,
of this
yes,
book in
ma'am.
Tamil.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chapter by chapter you will share. Okay, so Guna madam has done the Tamil translation of this book with the help of her husband Rajendran sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Guna madam will do it for you. So this is a very beautiful book. Tatwar Sutra is a great text. I'll tell about it. And this book is done by Prakash and Pooja Chabra from Indore. And they were, what to say, about them it is given. One of them is an CPA, certified professional chartered accountant in US, Prakash Chabra, Pooja Chabra. And Prakash Chabra was a BE mechanical engineer. They left their jobs at US. They came down to India, settled in Indore, their hometown, and they are teaching Jainism beautifully on the net. and in going to different places, teaching children. So they have devoted their time, their life for promoting Jain studies in their life and in others' life. And I have visited their place in Indore, had discussions with them, very, very simple living. So if you come to India, you come to Indore, do visit this couple. Okay, so they simplify things in these chart forms and they teach people. Okay, and you will be studying their book Gomatsar in the 5th year, which is again in this chart form. Okay, so now how many of you have read the Tattvartha Sutra? See, I know people, Ram sir, Malar and Guna, Shobha madam, they all have studied Tattvartha Sutra at the Department of Jainology, full 10 chapters. And Mahendran sir will be studying it in the 3rd semester. Now he is in the 2nd semester. I don't know about the others. Can anybody tell me who is listening to the book for the first time? Tattvartha Sutra. First time naam suna hai. I don't think anybody will be there. Is there anybody? Aarti, you must have studied. Hello, Aarti.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Not fully, but yes.
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 So anybody? Paras bhai, Saurav?
Ma'am, I have studied the Tattva Sutra. I won't say I have accomplished much out of it, but I do make a point of reciting it every day. So
Wow,
from last couple of years, yeah.
great.
And
Okay.
it's all because of Sanjeev Godaji and my mother, who was very instrumental in getting that done.
Okay, Mahendran sir, what about you?
In Tamil, yes, ma'am, I read it way back, almost 3 years back, but that time it was very difficult for me to understand, but I went through the whole Tamil version, ma'am.
Okay, Dhara, I want each one of you to talk to me right now. Dhara, Rajal,
Yes, ma'am.
have you studied?
I have not studied in depth, ma'am, but I know about the book.
Okay, next, who is this iPad?
Yes, ma'am. I have not studied it also, but I know. And the other day, because we are going to do it, I got interested and I was going through Google and seeing the reviews and in English in a lot of groups, Jain.world and all, what is written and all. So I was reading all that.
Well, you people won't switch on your videos and talk to us, sir. पर्दा डाला हुआ है क्या?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
So I have been reading. No, there's all.
नजर लग जाएगी आप लोगों को हमारी.
नहीं, ma'am. There's, हाँ.
Okay, Paras bhai.
Ma'am, I memorized the first 12 they have the things, ma'am, sutras. In our class, still I remember, ma'am.
You stuck up with that only.
Uh,
Ram sir.
I
Okay,
read it
Paras
now.
bhai.
Yeah, I found it very interesting, but I wouldn't say that whatever I've understood, I found it very interesting.
Okay,
We'll need-
very good.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
What
some
about
kind of very beautiful bhav when you're reading it. There is some very lot of happiness that I'm getting and some very nice feeling.
when?
When I was reading the review Tattva
Acha.
Sutra in detail, going through it on
You could understand, you could make sense of it. Very good.
yes, very
Umeshini,
nice.
Umeshini, Rajal, Aarti, please reply quickly so that we can
Yes,
start
ma'am.
the class. Rita.
Yes, ma'am, that is Rajal only.
Yeah. Now you can switch off your videos. One or two of you keep it open, it's enough. Yeah, Umeshini.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. In 2nd semester, you referred about this Tattva Sutra. From that time, I'm trying to read, ma'am. But I will not say I have read fully and all. But from that time, I'm referring this book and to PDF, and I'm doing my level best to understand it.
Okay, you have a copy in Tamil.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I have.
Very good. Rita.
Ma'am, I remember we had it when we did our Jainism, maybe 1 or 2 chapters.
Now it's gone.
No, I don't remember, ma'am.
Okay. So that time we did not teach you properly, so you have not completed it.
Yes, ma'am. Very few, 1 or 2 chapters, I think we did, ma'am.
So we did not teach you properly. We did not
Why,
inspire
ma'am?
you to read it. We did not inspire you to read it. We did not teach
No,
properly.
ma'am.
So Aryan Bhagwan has not taught us Jainism properly. So we have not got moksha still.
No, ma'am, not like that.
Okay. Chalo. Anybody else who would like to talk? Yes, Kapil. Bolo, Kapil. Padma Priya, bolo.
Ma'am, Jai Janendra, ma'am. I've not read that book, but my mom used to say this Adhyaya by heart, ma'am. She knows. I don't know whether she understands or not, but my mom used to say it and my gran used to read it. So I heard some of the, lines. No, other than that, I've not read that
Very
book,
good. Very good. Very good. Kapil.
Yes, ma'am. I've had a few lectures in my local Pathshala. So yeah, Moksha Margam, Netaram, Betaram. But I don't have much of memory in terms of all the gathas that we read. I don't think I carry the meaning yet.
Some exposure you have of Tattva. That is the question. Okay. Anybody else who would like to interact? Otherwise, I'm starting the class. Starting the text.
Which group I should share, ma'am, in the main group or Paramagam, sir?
You put it on the this thing, main group itself.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Put it on the main group, no issues.
Thank you.
I'll put the English first and then you put the Tamil, or you put the Tamil first and I'll put the English, no issues. But you put chapter by chapter only. And nobody should take these chapters for publication, because everything is on the editing table and it will take 5-6 months for the book to be out. So it is a humble request that you will keep this material only to yourself and not share it with anybody else.
We can put a footnote like that in the message itself.
Otherwise, we won't share this material with you. We are not interested.
Ma'am, I just had the paras here. It's while it's usually our mothers tend to have influence on us. We learn a lot from our parents, especially mothers. But it's good to see that there is influence on some of us, on the religious part as well. My mother is also very devout and a follower of Kanji Swami, and we make it a point to have satsang usually every Sundays, after the class is over. So, and that makes our lives a little easier. She understands religion much more than what I do. So I think I tend to get the amount of knowledge from her as well.
Very good. You can interpret this word in 3 ways: influence, inspiration, motivation.
Yes.
Influence generally is taken as a negative word, and our mothers are our source of inspiration and motivation.
Absolutely.
Not influence.
I think that. Thanks for the correction.
We influence people to take drugs and drinks, but we don't influence people to take to religion.
Yeah.
It is more an inspiration and motivation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, thanks for that correction. Yes.
Your mother is she's my pillar of you can use other words, She's my pillar of strength. She's my source of inspiration. Yes. She motivates me to do things.
Yeah.
So influence means she's more interested in these things that you be interested. You are not interested in these. वो meaning हो जाता है. So yeah. और कोई बात नहीं. Is anybody else who would say something? Okay. Now listen. You in your portions you have chapter 1, chapter 5, 6, 7, 8 this semester, if I'm right. What, Kapil? See your DP. Sunday का DP में पूरा syllabus डाला हुआ है.
Yes.
वहां जाकर के देखो how many chapters. Second chapter, 5th chapter के only few sutras are given.
Okay.
And 6, 7, 8. 9th and 10th will come in the next semester.
Okay.
So we will not be doing chapter 3 and 4.
Okay.
Okay. So यही है ना syllabus में 1, 2 नहीं है. Sorry, 2, 3, 4 नहीं है. But I will do 1 and 7 sutras of 2 and the important sutras of 5 and 6, 7, 8. How many classes we'll be having? Let us say we have to wind up Tatvar Sutra by the end of May. And June we have to do what? Ashtapahud. Then July you'll have your break. So if things spill over, then maybe in July also I will take the classes. Okay. And now these 2 hours class is not enough for Tattva Sutra. So the Friday batch, I told them that you people start a parallel group. So they have started the Tattvartha Sutra discussion group. And they are going to meet up and they are going to study the Tattvartha Sutra. Because in the limited time, I cannot give you the depth of things. I'll only guide you how to read this book and how to get the best out of it. And you are going to read it and get the best out of it. I'm only going to be a facilitator. I cannot teach everything in this that is there in this book. You have to read it. And I'll tell you my experience. I have made 40 videos on the 10 chapters of this book. Each chapter 4 videos, half-an-hour videos. You can listen to those videos also. And they are done for our university and they are not for public domain. They are not yet put on public domain. They are for private circulation because it's a paid program done by the university, but I have to take the permission from them to give it to you. Okay, so that is one thing. So how I can help you with the material, that part I have told. Now coming, so coming to Tattvartha Sutra, write down the meaning of the word Tattvartha Sutra. Tat plus Tva plus Artha. See the board. Tat plus Tva. Artha. You write it in Tamil or whatever way you want. This is correct. Tat. Correct. Correct, Ilya?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Right,
ma'am.
madam. Right, madam.
Correct, ma'am.
100%
I don't know how to write it.
It
I
correct.
don't know how to write it.
Yes, just a dot on top. That.
India.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Okay. Tattva. Artha. Ra. Tha, how do you write? Tha only you have to write, no? Correct.
Ir varum, ma'am. Correct. Artha.
Okay, wow.
Okay, okay.
It plus the, ma'am. It plus the.
It plus the.
Okay. So now, whatever you got it. Tat refers to that. Vaha. Tva refers to essence. And Artha refers to prayojan, purpose. Tat refers to that. Tva refers to essence, sar. And Artha refers to prayojan. And in Shvetamba tradition, this book is also called as Tattvarthadhigama Sutra. So Adhigam means study. Study of the tattvas and its essence, and to get the prayojan out of it. And Sutra means written in concise form, the most concise form. Sutra also refers to thread. The thread which strings all the pearls together, which joins all the pearls. So all the pearls of wisdom put in a concise form, in sutra form, is called as Tattvartha Sutra. Got it? Got it? So now onwards, you have to keep nodding your head or giving me a thumbs up, only then things will come out of me. Otherwise, I will feel, no, they will study on this. Okay? Chalo. Now, who is the author of this text? According to Digambar, it is Uma Swami. According to Shwetambar, Uma Swati. Both claim that that Acharya belongs to their tradition. But going by the details, you will understand that he is coming more closer to the Digambar way of narrating things. And he says that he is a disciple of Kunda Kunda. And he is also referred to as Gridda Pichacharya. Gridda means vulture. Picha means pichi. The pichi made of vulture feathers. So who has that pichi? Only Digambar Muni. Okay. And he has spoken things in line of Kundakundas. Now why, and this is the first text written in Sanskrit. Before that, everything was in Prakrit. Now, Namokar Mantra, Bhaktamar, Tattvartha Sutra, these three things are unanimously accepted by both Digambars and Shvetambars. Samaysar will be read by Digambars, Shvetambars don't know about it. Agamas will be read by the Shvetambars, the Digambars don't read it. Acharang, Sutrakritang and all that. Even though they say that Dwadashang name is same in both. But here they say that these are not those Agam which Mahavir told, they are interpolated. And the Digambar Acharya Granth are written by the Acharyas with the Digambar, Shvetambars will not. But regarding Tattvartha Sutra, both claim that he is their Acharya. So that is the popularity of this text. There is no examination board in the Jain circle where Jainism is taught that Tattvartha Sutra is not prescribed in this sense. At the school level, at the college level, at the Pathshala level, at the board level, so many board exams go on, you know, round and round. So everywhere Tattvartha Sutra chapters will be prescribed. At our university, we teach all the 10 chapters of Tattvartha. In Bombay University, Jain University, wherever. Okay. Now the time period of this Acharya is believed to be the later half of the 1st century and the first half of the 2nd century AD. And we don't find much about his lifetime. It is believed that when Umaswamy was going for Bhiksha, some Shravak had written Darshana Gnana Charitrani Mokshamarga. And he went and corrected it as Samyak Darshan Gnana Charitra. So when that Shravak asked him, what is this Samyak Darshan Gnana? It is believed that he wrote the Tattvartha Sutra to explain what is that Samyak. What is that Samyak? What is the rightness of Darshan Gyan? As I've told you earlier, Darshan Gyan Charitra are there in every jeev. But the rightness of it is the Mangal Acharan. The auspicious Acharan will begin only when there is rightness of Darshan Gyan Charitra. So whenever we say Acharan, we always think some Kriya, some physical Kriya. But here, correcting our Drishti is also Acharan. Correcting our Gyan is Acharan. Correcting our Charitra is Acharan. Correcting our Tap is Acharan. When that Mangal Acharan begins in our life, then only we come on the Moksha Marga. So this is the Mangala Charan of Tattvartha Sutra. Samyak Darshana Jnana Charitrani Moksha Marga. No other Bhagwan's name is praised anywhere. Because all the Bhagwan are embodiments of this Ratnatraya. So it is eology to them, to their gunas, to their path, obedience to them, everything is there in this first sutra. Now this first sutra is so important, I'll come to it a little later. But before that, I will tell you a few more things. Other things you can read in the English and Tamil translation. Everything I cannot tell you. So the name, what is the meaning of the name I've told you. Then how the Gita, the Bible and Quran are important, like that Tattvartha Sutra is a representative work of Jain philosophy. If somebody asks you, give me one book of Jainism which I should read, then you can give them this Tattvartha Sutra. It's all encompassed. So what is there in this book? In your page number, on your page number 2, if you have the Hindi book, you can see it. So I will suggest that you just learn some alphabets in Devanagari script so that you can at least read it. Very simple, you can learn it. Okay. So how many chapters are there in this Tattvartha Sutra? 10 chapters. And what is there in the 10 chapters? The 7 Tattvas. Now the first 4 chapters are about, write down, Jiva Tattva. The first 4 chapters are about Jiva Tattva. The 5th chapter is about Ajiva Tattva. 6 and 7. 6 is Ashubhasrav. 7th is Shubhasrav. 9th is Samvar Nirjara. And 10th is Moksha Tattva. Now I'll give this division in a different format. Write down. Not important from exam point of view, but from your knowledge point of view, it's important. Chapter 1 is about Gyan. Very beautiful, exhaustive chapter. Gyan. 2 to 5 is about Gyeya, Shneya. And 6 to 10 are about Charitra. So Gyan, Gye, Charitra. This is there even in Pravachan, this kind of division. Now, among these 7 tattvas, how many are Heya, Gyeya, Upadeya? Right? Out of these 7 or 9 tattvas, when you say 9 tattvas, it is 9 padartha in Digambar, 9 tattvas in Shvetambar. Terminology. What is Heya, Gyeya, Upadeya? Heya means discardable. Gyeya means knowable. And Upadeya means acquirable, worthy of pursuit. Again, I will repeat. Heya means to be given up. Gyeya means to be known. And Upadeya means to be pursued, to be practiced. So out of these 9 tattvas, Jeev and Ajeev are knowables. You can't acquire them, you cannot discard them. You are Jeev. How will you acquire it? How will you discard it? So it is, but we don't know it. So it is knowable. Papa, Asra, Bandha. You all know. They are to be given up, eliminated. And the biggest pap is Mithyatva. And Samvar, Nirjara, Moksh are Upadeya, to be realized, to be accomplished. Punya, I have not told about Punya anything. Put Punya under all the 3. Put Punya under all the 3. Clear? So relatively Punya is acquirable. Relatively Punya is discardable. Relatively Punya is acquirable. Relatively Punya is to be understood correctly, and the right understanding of Punya will help you to take to the Punya in a very higher way. And once that Punya goes on the higher way, it will get eliminated on its own. Punyanu-bandhi Punya. You will get Punyanu-bandhi Punya when you don't want it. But when you want it, you will get only Punya. You understand? So what is the role of Punya and all? We will understand. We have already understood. We'll understand a little deeper. So these 7 tattvas, 7 tattva mein bhool. You have studied in Balbodh, Vitrag Vigyan, Mokshmarg Prakashak. So again, you are going to study the 7 tattvas in sutra form for easy memory, for easy relating with the tattvas. And I'll tell you my experience. Even before I studied MA Jainology at the University of Madras, I had memorized this Tattva Sutra by heart, thanks to my teacher who was Sadhvi Priyadarshanaji. She was a Sadhvi by my name. So I used to go to her and I used to learn the sutras. She explained to me. She had one book, one small book she had written, and from that book I studied it. But the depth that I got after reading Samay Sar, Pravachan Sar of Tattva Sutra is a different story. and without Samaysar, Pravachan-sar, reading Tattvata Sutra is a different story. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
So your
ma'am.
Tattvata is going to help you to understand Samaysar, and your Samaysar will help you to understand Tattvata better. And you will read Samaysar in the coming years. And the essence of it has been given to you through Balbodh, Vitrag Vigyan, Chhay Dhala, and all that. Okay. Now this book is so popular. What are the commentaries available on it? It is the most commented, published, referred book in the Jain study circle. So the first commentary you have on Tattvata is Sarvartha Siddhi. And I request you all to get a copy of it from Bharatiya Gyanpith of Sarvartha Siddhi by Pujyapad Swami. Read that book in Sanskrit, in Hindi, and you have the Tamil translation of it also, and the English translation of it by S.A. Jain is Reality, published from Chennai. S.A. Jain. Then you have Vijay K. Jain's Tattvartha Sutra, published from Dehradun. Like that, you have so many popular. And then you have Key to Reality question answer format by Shugan Jain. Go to jainworld.com or eJain Library and get this book, Key to Reality by Shugan Jain. Question answer format of Tattvata. Although there are some mistakes here and there, but it's a useful book. Okay, the mistakes you correct it and read it. So I've told you. And then there is one very beautiful book by K.K. Dixit. Tattvartha Sutra by K.K. Dixit. So these are the books we teach at the university level. K.K. Dixit. Okay, dear children. Enough. Now in Hindi, if you want, go and get Keval Muni's Tattvartha Sutra. Very beautiful book. Keval Muni ka Tattvartha Sutra. Very nice book. Like that, there are many books. Pandit Sukhlal ji ki book hai. Pandit Sukhlal ji ki book hai on Tattvartha Sutra. So many popular books are there. Okay, so the first commentary is by Pujyapad Swami, Sarvartha Siddhi, and the Jain sadhus and sadhvis in the Sanskrit medium, they study the Sarvartha Siddhi. I have seen Sanskrit teachers teaching this Sarvartha Siddhi in Sanskrit to Jain monks and nuns in the Shwetambar tradition. So likewise, it's a popular book. Sarvartha Siddhi, the word itself is so beautiful. Sarva Artha Siddhi, Sarva Prayojan Siddhi, accomplishment of all Prayojan in the spiritual world and material world. Next, Akalanka Dev, Tattvartha Raj Vartik. So when I did my Tattvartha Sutra studies at the university, we studied from Tattvartha Raj Vartik in Sanskrit. Just the first chapter. But because I had read the 10 chapters, I could read the 10 chapters of Raj Vartik on my own. No teacher taught me that. So Raj Vartik by Bhatta Akalanka Dev. Akalanka Dev, he was from Karandai, Chennai, not Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Then Vidyanandji, Shlok Vartik.
Akalanka.
Vidyanandji, Shlok Vartik. Yes, Padma Priya.
Is this Acharya Akalanka Dev or a different one?
Akalanka Dev. Yes, Acharya Akalanka is only Bhatta Akalanka.
Who had a debate with the Buddhist, madam?
Yes. Yes, same Akalanka Dev. It is because of Akalanka Dev that the Buddhists fled India. They could not withstand the Jaina logic and they had to flee from India. But they don't say this. They will say Ashoka's children were sent to Sri Lanka and other places to promote Buddhism. It's all distorted history that they present. Okay. Then Samanta Bhadra Acharya, the author of Ratnakaran Shravakacharya, Arangala Chip, wrote the Gandha Hasti Mahabhashya, which is not available today. Gandha Hasti Mahabhashya. Then Shrut Sagar wrote Tattvarya Vritti, Tattvartha Vritti. Then Sada Sukhji Kasliwal wrote Artha Prakashika in Dhundari Bhasha. Dundari is the old Rajasthani. Old Rajasthani is Dundari. Then in modern times, you have the commentaries of Fulchandji, Siddhantacharya, Kailash Chandji, Siddhantacharya, Pannalalji, Siddhantacharya, Ramji Bhai Doshi, etc. Now this Sarvartha Siddhi gives a Mangalacharan, which is our prayer, Moksha Margasya Netaram, Bhetaram Karma Bhubratam, Jnataram Vishwatattvanam, Vande Tatpuralabdhaye. What is the meaning? Now, before I go to that, I would like to say something, and I'm saying that from this Tattvatmani Pratik, page number 3. It says, Samantabhadra wrote this Gandhahasti Mahabhashya. If you want, you can note down, which is not available today. Now, in this Gandhahasti Mahabhashya, this Gandhahasti Mahabhashya was written on the basis of the Mangalacharan of Tattvartha Sutra. Only one sutra. That Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitrani Moksha Margaha. That was the base for this no. Tattvartha Sutra ka Mangalacharan was the base for Devagama Stotra, which is the Mangalacharan of this Gandhahasti Mahabhashya. Not the whole Gandhahasti Mahabhashya is not written based on that first sutra, because it is a commentary on Tattvartha, no? So that cannot be the answer. But you have to listen carefully that Tattvartha Sutra ka Mangalacharan is the base for Devagama Stotra, also called as Apta Mimamsa, which is the Mangalacharan of Gandhahasti Mahabhashya. One whole book is a Mangalacharan of another book. Understood? Tattvartha Sutra ka first sutra is the basis for Devagama Stotra, also called as Apta Mimamsa. And you have read this Devagama Stotra, few gathas in the 4 Abhav lesson. The first word of that Apta Mimamsa is Devagama. So it is called as Devagama Stotra, like Bhaktamara. Bhaktamara is Adinath Stotra, but the first word is Bhaktamara Pranata Mauli, so we call it as Bhaktamara. Like that, Devagam is the first word of this Apta Mimamsa, so we call it as Devagam. Now, what is the meaning of the word Apta Mimamsa? Apta means authoritative person. Who is the authoritative person? Who is the one who has told the right path? Why should I accept only the words of the Jinas? Why not of Buddha or Kapila or Kanada or Gautama, propounders of other philosophies? Why should I not read them? Why should I not follow them? Why should I follow only this? That he is logically analyzed in Apta Mimamsa. See, now the question is why Uma Swami wrote in Sanskrit. At that time in India, all the philosophies were there. Indian philosophy, Nyaya, Vaisheshik, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, and all these things. Not like today's religions. That time, not religions, philosophies were there. And everybody were writing their philosophies in the sutra form in Sanskrit. You have the Brahma Sutra by Vyas. Then you have the Ashtanga Yoga by Patanjali. Then you have the Nyaya Sutras, the Sankhya Sutras by Kapil, Nyaya Sutras by Gautam, and Vaisheshik Sutras by Kanada. Then Charvak, like that you had it in, so Charvak you don't have a book. It is referred in these philosophies. So we know that there was a philosophy called Charvak. And this philosophy is the most popular philosophy in the whole world at all times. Majority of the people follow Charvak. You and me, when we are not following Jainism, we are following Charvak. This is how I teach philosophy. Okay, Mahindran sir.
Yes,
Why I'm looking Mahindran sir? Because he's reading now Indian philosophy. So you people want to read Indian philosophy, we will suggest that you read this book by Datta and Chatterjee, Outlines of Indian Philosophy. Get this book and read it. Or Shad Darshan Samuchay. Shad Darshan Samuchay by Haribhadra. Read these two books. One is in Sanskrit, one is in English. Then Hiriyanna, Radhakrishnan, there are so many books on philosophy. So Uma Swami had to write in Sanskrit because that was the trend at that time. We all follow the trend, no? People wearing torn jeans.
Yeah.
You don't know whether he's a beggar or whether he's a millionaire. It's in trend. Having that funky hairstyle is in trend. You may not have good food to eat, but you have to have the torn jeans and that funky hairstyle. So that means you follow the trend. So in those days also, Prakrit was not in trend. Prakrit was slowly fading away and other new languages were coming up. Apabhramsh was coming up. So the Acharyas resorted to the trend and they took to writing in Sanskrit, and Tattvartha is the most authentic, beautiful, outstanding book. I don't have words to praise it. It has changed the lives of so many people. Okay. Now, on page number 2, they have given the meaning of the word sutra. Alpaksharam asandigdam sarvadaguda nirnayam nirdosham hetum tathyam sutram iti uchyate buddhaihi. What is sutra? Alpaksharam. Alpakshar. Asandigdam. No doubt in what they are saying. Saravada. Only the summary will be given. Only the essence will be given. The detailing will be in the commentaries. Guda Nirnayam. That which will help you to determine the reality. Guda. Guda means very secret. Essence. Nirdosham. They are flawless. Hetum. Hetum means yukti yukt, logical. Tathyam, yathartham. So any line or sentence or word which has these characteristics is called a sutra. Am I loud and clear, Padma
Yes,
Priya?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So based, again I'm coming. Who will repeat? Based on the Tattvartha Sutra Mangalacharan, who wrote what?
Samandabhadra wrote Devagama Sutra. And the Devagama Sutras, Mangala, the book of
Aptamimamsa. It's the Mangalacharan after Kandahasti Mahabhashya.
Very good, very good. Correct. Correct. See, Tattvar Sutra ka first sutra forms the basis for the Mangalacharan of Gandhahasti Mahabhashya, called as Aptamimamsa or Devagama Stotra. Next one, based on this Devagama Stotra, Akalanka Dev wrote Ashtashati, 800 shlokas. Let us say Mahendran sir is Tattvar Sutra and Saurabh is Devagama Stotra and Padma Priya is Ashtashati. Okay, and based on these three, Vidyanand wrote Ashta Sahasri, 8,000 shlokas. Now imagine the importance of that first line of Tattvartha. How much of commentary you have to read to know what is there in that first line of that?
Vidyanand wrote, what is the book name?
Ashta Sahasri. Ashta Sahasri. Sahasra means 1,000. Ashta means 8,000 shlokas in Ashta Sahasri. And then Joindu Dev, very great Apabhramsha Pandit scholar. He wrote Tattva Prakashika. Like that, you have so many commentaries and books on Tattvar Sutra. 350 257 sutras we have to read. But we'll be reading, say, around 250 or 200 sutras. Okay.
Ma'am, is there any Parayan group for this Tattvartha Sutra?
Huh?
Any Parayan group, the Sloka Parayan group. I don't know how to say that.
Is there any Parayan group on Tattvartha Sutra? She's asking.
Memorizing, madam.
Any power?
No, Parayan.
Parayan. Yes. They say if you read Tattvartha Sutra correctly with meaning, you get one Upvas ka phal.
No, anybody is doing that, ma'am, as a group.
Yeah. As a group, I don't know who is doing. Oh, my Friday evening batch students, they have formed a group to study the text, not to do the Parayan of it. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you go to YouTube, you will have many videos which will help you with the Parayan, the reading of the sutras. So somebody go and see which is a very authentic one and put it on the group so that you can listen to it again and again. See, YouTube gives you a lot of help, these days. We are all lucky to have it. See, there are people who make use of it. There are people who misuse it. Okay, so let us be on this side. So this book, Tattvartha Mani Pradeep, has all the sutras given as an annexure in the last. All the sutras are given, chapter wise. So how to read, I'll just tell you. Acharya Uma Swami Virachit Tattvartha Sutra Moksha Shastra Atha Prathamo Dhyayah. Like how you have this Gita chanting competitions, no? Like that we should have Tattvartha Sutra chanting competitions to popularize this. You should give prizes and awards to people who memorize it and explain it. This is what all the Chaturmas and trustees people should be doing. They don't do all that. They'll do some other thing. Whoever memorizes will get a big cash prize of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. You know what? In the department, no? Ram sir, I'll be telling, whoever memorizes the Tattvartha Sutra, I'll give you 1,000 rupees. Till today, nobody has come to take that 1,000. For the past 10 years, I'm telling nobody has come. I thought I memorized it. So maybe somebody will memorize it and I will give them 1,000 rupees. So maybe now I'll have to say 5,000 rupees, then people will come. Okay, so this is how you have to start, Atha Prathamo Dhyayah Samyak Darshan Gnana Charitrani Moksha Margaha Tattvartha Shraddhanam Samyak Darshanam. How these Brahmin Pandits do all the shloka chanting in the weddings and pujas and all these things, no? So like that we should chant them. We should do one homam, we should do one yagya of this. And as you sing, the meaning should just flash. The meaning should flash in your mind. That thorough you should be your study of Tattvartha. I think I've inspired you enough. Now we'll begin with the study of the
Karnataka Jayashree is doing, ma'am, in YouTube. She's doing well, ma'am.
Why I should go to Karnataka? Why nobody from Tamil Nadu?
YouTube. Just I sent it the link also.
Ram sir, Jayashree Karnataka garu. Tamil Nadu garu yarume illiya.
There, but whoever chanting the mantra, we can listen it, no?
Ram sir is so simple. So simple to the
All priorities, madam.
She's doing a good job, Jayashree, no doubt about it. Okay. Now come. Now write down 3 words. Pramana Shastra, Lakshana Shastra, Nyaya Shastra. Pramana Shastra refers to logic. So all the logic works, Jain Nyaya works, owe their presence or writing to these 3 texts. Tattvartha Sutra, Devagama Stotra, Ashtashati, Ashtasats. So again, the basis for all the logic works is the Tattvartha Sutra. So Mahendran sir, you will be studying Jaina logic separately in the 3rd semester.
Yeah.
The base for that is also Tattvartha Sutra. So Lakshana means what? Like for example, how do you differentiate between sugar and salt? Both are white.
And taste.
Features.
By the Lakshana of taste.
Properties. Yeah.
By the Lakshana of taste. See, Chandana and tamarind, both are yellow in color. Not tamarind, sorry, haldi. I make haldi paste, I make chandan paste. How will I know which is haldi and which is chandan? By the Lakshana of smell. Understand? And texture. Haldi will be different, chandan will be different, smell will be different, even though the color is same. So likewise, Jiva, Ajiva, we do the differentiation based on their Lakshana. Characteristic. This is Chetana Lakshan, this is Upayoga Lakshan, that is Varna, Gandha, Rasa, Sparsha Lakshan. Now you take your chemistry. How do you differentiate between oxygen and hydrogen? How do you differentiate between gold and silver and lead and platinum? Based on Lakshana. So to understand the Lakshana, we have the Lakshana Shastra. And then logically reasoning and understanding things is called Nyaya Shastra. So the basis for Pramana Shastra are Rajavartik of Akalankadev. And Lakshana Shastra is Sarvartha Siddhi of Pujyapad. And for Nyaya Shastra, it is the Apta Mimamsa. For Nyaya Shastra, it is the Apta Mimamsa and the commentaries on Apta Mimamsa. You understood? Again, they owe their origin to Tattvartha Sutra, all the 3 Shastra. Bolo.
Ma'am, Pramana Shastra also you mentioned logics.
Rajvartik of Akalankadev.
No, when you explained Pramana Shastra.
I don't get you, dear.
No, when you explained what is Pramana Shastra, you mentioned
Praman is the study of knowledge. Praman is the study of theory of knowledge, valid knowledge. Okay. Praman is the study of Gyan and Ye. Praman, all that. So the basis for the theory of knowledge books is the Rajvartik of Akalankadev. Discussion on objects and their Lakshan. The basis is the Sarvartha Siddhi. And for the Nyaya Shastra, the basis is Ashtashati and Ashtasahasri and Apta Mimamsa. And all these 3 books come from the commentaries of Tattvartha Sutra. They are all commentaries of Tattvartha Sutra. So again, they come from the first sutra of Tattvartha. They come from the Tattvartha Sutra, the best. Understand? So the text of Tattvartha has given birth to these 3 kinds of Shastra, Lakshan, Praman and Nyay, and it has given birth to these commentaries, it has given birth to these traditions. So now you can assess the importance of this text and this author, why he is celebrated in the Jain circles. You get me, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Ma'am, I just missed out on Lakshan Shastra, the objective of Lakshan Shastra.
Lakshan means understanding the characteristics of all the substances.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Okay. Now, the most authentic, of Nyaya Shastra, we have Pariksha Mukh by Manikya Nandi Acharya. So Tattvartha Sutra is called a Siddhanta Shastra. Tattvartha Sutra is called a Siddhanta Shastra. It talks about the principles. that govern the Atma and the universe. So in Nyaya Shastra, we have a book, Nyaya tradition, we have a book called Pariksha Mukh, written by Manikyanandi Acharya, who wrote only one book. And you are going to study this book in the 10th semester, 9th, 10th semester. Now you will understand why you have to study that text in this Paramagam course. We'll study that book there. Okay, I've just given the reference now. Now, Tattvartha Sutra is also called as Moksha Shastra. It begins with Moksha Marga. The first sutra begins with Moksha Marga and ends with Moksha. Without coming on the Moksha Marga, Moksha cannot happen. I hope you all are enjoying. I'm happy that 13 people are in the class. Hello.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
15, madam, including Malati.
Huh?
Around 15, including Malati.
Ah, Malati, madam. Okay. Malati. Okay, I like the name Malati. She's a flower, no? Malati flower. Okay. So now let us take the Mangalacharan of Sarvartha Sutra. Then we'll come to the Mangalacharan of Tattvartha Sutra. It goes like this. Moksha Margasya Netaram, page number 9 of Mani Pradeep, and page number 3 of this Tattvartha Sutra. What is the meaning? The meanings are also given. Bheta, who is a Neta of Moksha Marga? Who is the leader of Moksha Marga? Neta means leader. Who leads one on the path of Moksha? Is one who is Vitaragi. Moksha Margasya Netaram. I'll give the meaning of this. Vande Tadguna Labdhaye means I bow down. Vande means I bow down. Tadguna Labdhaye, to get those qualities. Tad means those. Guna Labdhaye, guno ki prapti ke liye. I do this salutation, veneration, obeisance. I bow down so that I get these 3 qualities. What are those 3 qualities? First one is Vitaragi. Who are the Vitaragi? Who have treaded on the path of Moksha and who accomplished Moksha. So what is the path of Moksha? The path of Vitaragi. Giving up Raga Dvesha, taking to Gyan Darshan and taking to Vitarag Bhav, that is the path of Moksha. So those who have taken to that path, I take to that path. They say, no, Yatha Raja Tatha Praja. A leader does not lead. He leads more by practice than by precept. Then there is another one quotation. Mahajana yen gata sapanthaha. Mahajan, जिस रास्ते पे जाते हैं वही महापथ है. महान लोग जिस रास्ते पे चलते हैं, येन गता sapanthaha. So let us be panthvadi. So let us be pathvadi. Path. Path is path and not panthvadi. You understand? Pathvadi, not panthvadi. Tera Panth, Sthanak Panth, Murti Panth, Taran Panth, Tota Panth, Kanji Panth, Venda. Moksha Marg Path. Panth is Sampradaya. Panth is a vyavastha where we come in and so that we go on that path. But we get stuck up with the panth and we fail to come on the path. Clear? Got it, dear? Am I clear? Any problem? Simple, very simple language I'm teaching you things.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So who is Bhagwan? Bhagwan is one who followed the path of moksha. Write down. Followed, practiced, Followed means practice. Perfected, then preached. Bhagwan kaun hai? Who followed means practiced, perfected it, and then preached about it. And what is that path? Vitaragi. As a result, what happened? What happened? When they followed this path, when they perfected it, karma bhubrit were destroyed. Bhubrit means mountain. Heaps. Great heaps of karma are lying in all of us. When I say in all of us, that means associated with all of us. Not in the Atma, but with the Atma. There are heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of karmas. And when we meditate, from these karma heaps, the uday of different karma will come. And we get associated with it. And we take to Shubha, Shubha. But when the karma uday is happening, you get associated with the Gyan Swabhav. You don't get carried with the Gyeya. Then it is Moksha Marga. Clear? When you get associated with your Gyan Swabhav Atma, after understanding it correctly, Karma Bhubrit will drop from you. Karma Bhubrit will get eliminated. Nirjara will happen. Now Asrava has stopped. Somewhere is happening inside. Nirjara is happening. And then what happens? Ghati Karma will go. Karma Bhubrit will go. Then Sarvagyata will come out. Omniscience, Sarvagya, Keval Gyan. Sarvagya. So they are the Moksha Marga Neta. They have given the preachings. These are the three qualities of Bhagwan. Vitragi, Sarvagya, Hitopadeshi. I bow down to them so that I also become Vitraga and I also become Sarvagya. Let me give that Atma ke hit ka upadesh to my own self. They have given it to me, but I have not given it to myself. Understood, dear? How I look at things? Do you appreciate?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you
Yes, ma'am.
enjoying?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, this Devagama Stotra is 115 shlokas. Go and read it. Ashtashati, 800 shlokas. Go and read it. Ashtasahasri, 8,000 shlokas. Go and read it. I don't think one lifetime is enough to read all these books. First of all, you should know Sanskrit, you should know Prakrit, you should know Nyay, you should know Praman, you should know Lakshan Shastra, everything you should know to master all this. Okay, now coming to the 10 chapters of Tattvartha Sutra. The first chapter has 33 sutras. We are going to read the sutras, and the explanation of the sutras is given in beautiful charts and tables in this book. Beautiful charts and tables. He has brought out big books in capsule form. Okay, chal. Now let us start the first sutra. All of you read correctly. Now I'll come to the board. All of you look at the board. See, when you write Samyak Darshan, separately you should write like this. Samyak Darshan. You should put one hyphen. This indicates there is a sandhi between these two words. But when you write them together, you should write like this. Samyag. Samyag without the hyphen. Samyag Darshan. So in many books, they will remove this g. This is how they will write. You understood? Together they'll. Got it, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Samyak Darshan There are two words. Samyak darshan is a joint, conjunct form. So now you see here how it is given. It is given in joint form. So when you read it, you should not split it and read. You should read it together. But you should know where to split, where to do the splitting. So we will read like this. Samyak darshana, put one comma. Jnana, put one comma. Charitrani, moksha margaha. Got it? So what not Bhagwan, what Uma Swami is telling, moksha margaha is one. Its components are three, and they are Samyak Darshan, Gnana, Charitra. Three. Charitrani is your Kamalani, Napumsaklinga Bahuvachan. Okay, Bahuvachan, plural. Grammatically, I'm telling. And Moksha Margaha is like Ramaha, singular. Charitrani is plural. So these three together is one path of moksha. They are not three paths. At that time, people were believing you follow Jnana Marga, you'll get moksha. You follow Bhakti Marga, you will get liberation. You follow Karma Yoga, you just follow the path of surrender, you will get moksha. No, Jainism says no, not one. All the three are important. Okay, so these three. Now they have given one very beautiful chart over there. From the Vyavahar point of view and from the Nishchay point of view, what is Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Charitra? See there, from the Vyavahar point of view, having faith in the seven tattvas, then knowledge of seven tattvas, and then giving up Ashubha, coming to Shubha, is Moksha Marga, Samyak Darshan, Gyan, Charitra. But from the Nishchay point of view, it is par dravya se bhinna atma mein ruchi. Atma is separate from karma, kashai, kaya, maya, karma, everything. It is Jnana Ananda Swabhav. Ruchi in that Jnana Ananda Swabhav is Samyak Darshan. Knowledge of that Atma, which is different from Paradravya, Jnana Anand Swabhav, is Samyak Gyan. And experiencing that Jnana Anand Swabhav, which is separate from all the Paradravya, is Samyak Charitra. In Samaysar, they say, only for a novice or a beginner, we say that Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra is Moksha Marga. But actually, in the Atma, they are not three different things. They are one. Unity of these three. So when you go deep into meditation, you experience the unity of these three. You forget the differences of Darshan, Gyan, Charitra. That unity will lead to Moksha Marga. Unity, all the three together, unity. Go and read yesterday's Times of India column, Speaking Tree column. You have to bury the seed deep for the seed to give you the fruit. Likewise, you have to go deep into the unity of Ratnatraya to get the pearls of Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra. That is what the Munis do in the forest. That is what the Aryans, before becoming Aryans, did in the forest, all the Tirthankar Bhagwan. Not one, two, but how many Tirthankars? 24 Tirthankars. And every second day we are celebrating some Kalyanak of some Tirthankar or the other. But do we know how to celebrate? How they are celebrating spirituality. And they reach that level. When will I celebrate that level? When will that celebration, that festival come in my life? When will I come out of the routine, monotonous, humdrum affair of the material world When will that celebration come? When will the world congratulate me to get Keval Gyan? And every day we give congratulations to somebody or the other. Congratulations, happy birthday, you're having Grav Pravesh, this, that. When you focus on something, the world will congratulate you. You are not focusing on something, why the world will? Like that we have to understand. Okay, so understood this chart. Now the details of it, you have to go and read and read and read. Now the Samyak word, the meaning of the word Samyak in 3 contexts. This word Samyak is not just for darshan, it is for all the 3. It is Adi Deepak. How in Namo Loe Savva Sahunam, that Loe and Savva is Antya Deepak. It has to be applied on all the 5 Parameshtis. Here the word Samyak should be applied on all the 3. Okay, so in darshan, it refers to right faith, which is based on right knowledge. Samyak darshan includes Samyak darshan and Gyan. The Samyak darshan, which is based on understanding the Gyan Swabhava Atma. The oneness with it. At the Pratiti level, not at the absorption level, at the Pratiti level. You know what is the meaning of Pratiti? Ehsas. Ehsas kisko kehte hain? In Tamil mein kaise kehte hain?
Experiential, ma'am?
Yeah, experiential level. Ehsas. See, ehsas is different from experience. Little difference. Like for example, I'll give you one example. I've already given you that example in another context. Supposing I'm sitting in a dark room, pin drop silence, and somebody tiptoes and comes near my chair. He doesn't touch me. So mujhe ek realization hoga na, somebody is there. I cannot see him, I cannot hear him, but somehow one pratiti is there, one fake, one, no, it's not a fake realization. It's for abhas. How do you call it in Tamil or English?
Feel.
Huh?
Is it feel?
Tonadal.
Unardal.
Tonadal, correct?
Unardal.
Huh?
Unardal.
What is unargal?
Feel, you feel.
You feel. So, enoda tonadal wrong Tamila. Tonadu, enakku tonadu.
Unardal, avlo correct ah varad madam.
Unargala.
Unardal, that is feeling.
So how will you say in sentence form? எனக்கு அப்படி தோணுது யாரோ இருக்கிறாங்க.
என் அருகில் யாரோ ஒருவர் இருப்பது போல் உணர்கிறேன்.
பாப்பா அந்த தமிழ் நான் பேசிட்டேன்னா அவ்வளவுதான், நான் எங்கேயோ என்னோட அறிவியல்.
ஓகே, சாதாரண தமிழ சொல்றேன் மேடம். என் பக்கத்துல யாரோ ஒருத்தர் இருக்கிற மாதிரி
தோணுது இஸ் ஆல்சோ கரெக்ட், ஐ திங்க்.
In my Tamil, I told correctly.
கரெக்ட் தான் மேடம்.
எஸ் மேம்.
தோணுதல் உணர்தல் எல்லாமே கரெக்ட் தான்.
Okay, thank you. Tamil people have given me the certificate. Thank you.
தோணுதல் உணர்தலுக்கு ஒரு கொஞ்சம் நல்ல டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு மேம். சாதாரண தமிழ் வேணா தோணுதல் சொல்லலாம். கரெக்டா எழுதும் போது ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு மேடம்.
தோணுதுன்னா உங்களுக்கு எந்த லாஜிக்குமே இல்லாம யூ கெட் இட், பட் substantiated.
See, in that dark room, somebody is tiptoe and come. I'm not applying any logic. There's no logic over there. Just because I see somebody, I hear somebody, so somebody is there. And the logic anga illa. Endha logic illa anga. ஆனா அந்த தோணுதல் இருக்கு. தோணுது मतलब एहसास होता है.
யாரோ இருக்கா மாதிரி இருக்கு.
யாரோ இருக்கிற மாதிரி. அதே மாதிரி ஏதோ ஒரு ஆத்மா இருக்கிற மாதிரி எனக்கு தோணுது. இவ்வளவு டெய்லி பிரியா மேம் ஆத்மா ஆத்மா சொல்றாங்க.
Madam, hallucination, madam.
No, it is not hallucination.
Hallucination.
So this experience of the Atma begins with one ehsas. It begins with one pratiti. The word for that is pratiti, ehsas. Anubhav, faint anubhav. Faint anubhav.
Faint anubhav.
Okay, faint anubhav. Now that faint anubhav has to recurringly happen to make it exact anubhav. Then it will become Samyak Charitra. Then that Samyak Darshan will become Pakka Samyak Darshan. Shayopshamik, Shayik Samyak Darshan. First it will begin with the pratiti, ehsas, realization. I am that, I am that. But what is that we don't know. What exactly it is we don't know. So that cannot be called Samyak Darshan. Samyak Darshan means Yathartha Jnana Moolak Shraddha. You have understood that Yathartha, Yatha Artha. You have got the knowledge of it. So you have got the realization of it. There that word Unargal is correct. Otherwise it is the Tonadal. Ehsas. अब अनुभव में जाना. किसका अनुभव? किसका अनुभव? तो आत्मा के ज्ञान स्वभाव का अनुभव without the three flaws. Sanshaya, Viparyaya and Vimoha or Anadhyavasai, about which you have studied in Mokshamarg Prakasha. No doubt that I am that, no opposite knowledge of it, and no unclarity about, complete clarity about it. That is Samyak Gyan. And Samyak Charitra is with knowledge, with wisdom, giving up all the flaws of conduct, coming more and more and more to that experience. Repeated Samyak Darshan Gyan experience leads to Samyak Charitra. The unity of these three. So Samyak Darshan is there means it will make the Gyan right, Samyak Gyan. When both are right, they will make the Charitra right. That's why in that order they have given. Now listen to me. Why not Samyak Gyan Darshan Charitrani Moksha Marga? That can also be argued. No, if you take the Agam, Uttaradhyan and all, there they'll put Gyan first. Nanassa Savvassa Pagasanai, Nanena Savvena Janai, Dansanena Saddai, Charittena Niginnai, Tavena Parisuchi. Beautiful Gatha from the Agam. Nanena Janai, Dansanena Saddai, Charitrena stopping all the asrav, and through tap become Parishuddha. So there they give Gyan first. Now, my question is, why Darshan first here? Who will want to answer? Who will want to answer?
I'll attempt, ma'am. My understanding is that there is a transition from Mithya Gyan to Samyak Darshan. So understanding the tattvas from Gyan perspective and correcting the Shraddha in it will be the initiation of Moksha Marg. So that's where Samyak Darshan happens to be the first port of call.
Okay, anybody else?
Ma'am, it's like I'll try to attempt, ma'am. Ma'am, Darshan is like seeing things from far away. Gyan is seeing things closer look. So first thing happens is Darshan and then go to the Gyan.
That meaning we should not apply here, dear.
Okay.
That meaning of Darshan Gyan is for Gyan Darshan. Yanavaran, Darshanavaran, Gyan Darshan is knowing, seeing.
Yeah.
But here Darshan refers to faith, Pratiti, belief, realization.
Yeah, correct.
Here Darshan means faith, belief, Shraddha, not Janna Dekhna.
So maybe
meaning for big
in that case, like first we need to believe in something to get to know more about it.
Now you are a little near. Now I'll come to it. Listen to me very carefully. Every jeev is having Gyan Swabhav.
Yes, ma'am.
Gyan is there in all Atma. But what will make that Gyan right? Samyak Darshan. So Samyak Darshan comes first. Then that Gyan becomes right. And together they make the Charitra right. And together these three form the path of moksha. In meditation, when you are devoted to your pure soul, all the three are happening. Tap is also happening. Samvar Nirjara is happening. Ashram Nirodh is happening. Mokshamarg is happening. Ahimsa is happening. Sanyam is happening. Tap is happening. Everything is happening. 6 Avashyaka are happening. Pratikraman is happening. Samayik is happening. Puja is happening. Bhakti is happening. Crushing of Kasha is happening. But if that is Samyak is not there with Darshan Gyan Charitra, even though externally you're taking to all this, nothing is happening. You are not on the path of moksha. You are on the path of Shubha Shubha. We will wander in Sansara. So the word Samyak is more important than Darshan Gyan Charitra, because Darshan Gyan Charitra is there in all jivas. But the rightness of it makes a lot of difference. And the wrongness of it keeps you in the periphery of the samsara. So write down one line. Jiske kendra mein atma hai, in whose focus Atma is there. It may be wrong English, but you correct it. I'm doing the literal translation. Jiske kendra mein Atma hai, uske circumference mein Ratnatraya hai, moksha hai. Like it is the center and the circle, center of the circle and the circumference of the circle. You understand the circumference? Do you want me to give it in picture form? I'll give it. This is the circle, center, and this is the circumference. If your Atma is your focus, in your focus, then in the circumference you will find moksha, Ratnatraya and moksha. But if your focus is sansar, more agvish, then in the circumference you will find sansar. If your focus is more agvish, par dravya, par pudgal, then what you will find in the circumference? Only sansar. Got it, dear children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Now, I'll give you one more example. In every jiva, there are two forces, centripetal force, centrifugal force. There is a centripetal force which takes you towards the world. But at the same time, there is a centrifugal force which wants you to come to the source. And you are with which one? The centripetal force or the centrifugal force? When you go to the centrifugal force, you will go to the source of all Gyan. That is the Gyayak Swabhav. Then you will get Samyak Darshan Gyan. For this, again, you read that yesterday's speaking tree column. Seed buried deep. What happens on the way? Very beautifully written article. Always you should read every day the speaking tree column. Different authors writing in different ways. Okay. So understood this, dear? First sutra meaning Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitrani. So now this one sutra includes the whole Jain philosophy. What is Darshan? What is Gyan? What is Charitra? And Pandit Todarmalji was about to elaborate on those three in the 9th chapter. And he died. What he would have written are there in this Tattvartha Sutra and its commentaries. As a prelude, you have the 8 chapters of Moksha Marga. Understand how beautiful this syllabus is designed? Why they have kept that text first and then this text, then this text. Okay, so now it is 9:55 and it is Upvas for me. I want to stop. You have any questions, doubts? How I taught you one sutra, like that you teach yourself all the sutras of Tattva or wait for me. So today I have given so much of time to the introduction, 1.5 hours. I've been talking about the introduction and the first sutra. Now we'll quickly do the sutra meaning, and we'll try to finish uncover the portions. But that is not justice to the text. You reading the commentaries is justice to the text. So I'll request you start parallel Tattvartha group and teach yourself in English. Because in Friday batch, they'll be doing it in Hindi. It may not be useful for you. So you can join that batch also. If you want, I'll give you the link. You can join, start your own batch also, and you can. Priya ma'am cannot teach you Tattva. Okay, dear. So anybody wants to do Gandhar can do. Otherwise, the class is over. I will not take anybody's Gandhar and Bhavbhasan after May. I will not take. So far, only Saurabh has done both and Rita has done one. What about the others? Who will do the Gandhar today?
Ma'am, I also did Gandhar last time.
Paras bhai also did. Yes, yes. Yes, you have all. Your name is also there. Anybody else? Nobody?
I'll do it next
Do
week.
not
ma'am.
repeat what I told few points in 3 minutes. Gandhar avarthukku avlo kashtama.
Kashtam, ma'am.
Okay, anybody can give me the response of today's class? Next class, if you don't become Gandhar, I'm not going to take class.
Oh,
What I taught today, next class, first you have to be the Gandhar. Then after the class, one more Gandhar. Like that only the class will proceed from now onwards. 2 Gandhars I want, every class. 2 Bhavbhas. Why are you so lazy? Ram and Malar don't give any Gandhar and Bhavbhasan exam.
No, ma'am. Last time I did, ma'am.
Wait. Ram, Malar.
Another.
Malar madam did Gandhar, no Bhavbhasan.
Oh.
Dhara did Gandhar, no Bhavbhasan. Why, dear children?
This time I will do it, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. This.
Perfect.
You can do last semester ka also and get the marks. You people are not interested in taking the marks, but the teachers are interested in giving you the marks. कितना उल्टी गंगा बह रही है, पंचम काल है ये.
We want to practice all these things, ma'am, not about the
No
marks.
obedience, no obedience on your side, no Vinay, no Vivek. So no Vijay.
No, ma'am.
First, let obedience creep in. Everything else will follow. Learn to obey first. I'm not talking, I'm talking on behalf of the system in which you are a part. This applies to Kapil also. Last minute tak dete hai Gandhar, I don't like it. Be enthusiastic like a small child, no? The childlike innocence, the childlike smartness also is not there in us. That much of arrogance, that much of man, Kashai we have got. I don't understand this mentality of the children. Be enthusiastic, no? Why a tapasvi should tell you, do this, do this, do this? You people don't have common sense. We are supposed to do it. After 2.5 years of learning, you still need to be told that you have to do your Gandhar after the class. After every class, one Gandhar is not there means next class I will not come. Don't wait for me. I will not come. I'll tell Swanubhuti. I engage some other teacher for that.
No, ma'am. Next week.
Ma'am. We will definitely do that, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
What have you learned from today's class? Do I have to ask after every class?
Today's class is introduction of Tattvartha Sutra after completing the
Don't tell
Mukshma.
me what I taught you. You tell me what you have understood.
Okay.
What are you going to do of this khichdi?
So the importance of Tattvartha Sutra in Jain literature and the Jain Tattvas, that is what really strike me in today's class, ma'am. Why it is so important. You elaborated on that. That really I understand why it is like that. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to start memorizing, as you mentioned. So I think that I'm going to start doing it.
That's the inspiration we got it from today's class. Somehow we need to memorize this text. That's the inspiration. And secondly, one other point is like, we are not seeing Jina Bhagavan and then getting inspiration from him to become like one. When we see the samsara part, materialistic world, when we see others like, oh, if someone has got a watch or a phone, we are trying to, okay, I want to get something like that. But when we see Jina Bhagavan, I want to get to that state. We don't get that kind of,
Very, very, very well said, Padma Priya. Very good. Appreciate you for this observation. I liked it. I loved it. Thank you for giving me a new thought.
Madam Malarvidi,
Yes,
I understand what is Darshan, Gyan and Charitra with the help of 7 Tattvas and get the Moksha Marg.
Okay.
From this.
Tell me something new in your language.
Okay.
I love the way Padma Priya referred just now. Nothing comes to your minds, people?
Ma'am, I would say that the most impacting observation was about the last thing that you said, जिसके केंद्र में आत्मा है, उसके circumference में रत्नत्रय है. That is a very, very strong and impacting statement. As again, following in the same lead to Padma Priya ji, that this is something that we read about often, but we don't really visualize it, or we don't really strengthen our faith around, or even try to experience it by the prescribed way. So it's definitely a very, very impacting statement, which can be used as the statement of the first thing in the morning. To read that statement to start the day, I would say.
Very good, very good, very good. So all of you post some thoughts related to today's class so that those who have not come for the class learn it through you. Will you all do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. We'll end the class over here. Thank you. I want 3 observations at the end of each class. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है इसके चिन्हवाणी माँ को वंदना शतबार. Jai Jinendra. Yesterday my house was like a studio. 3 brides getting ready, photo shoot happening. My daughter and her friend, they are makeup artists. So today also they are all doing something. So I'm sitting on the terrace and taking class. Okay, dear children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.